Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about when will Pulsechain launch. Now I have been excited to find out when this launch is going to take place. I was telling some friends of mine back when it was announced, I thought it would actually be after December before Pulsechain launched. And everybody said I was crazy then, but I really felt like that was going to be the case because I felt like it wouldn't be smart to launch right in the middle of November in December, right when all the holidays were going on. And I figured it was going to take some time before Pulsechain was actually live. Nobody else was saying at the time it was going to take that long. But then when we hadn't heard any updates, and now we're doing a Pulsex sacrifice, which I'm very excited about Pulsex as well, I was getting concerned. Not concerned, maybe the wrong word. I was wondering, that's the better word. Like, when are we going to hear news about when Pulse is going to launch? And Richard Hart said it himself on a live stream. I'm going to show you that video here in a moment. We're also going to look at how much money you could make with Pulse. In other words, I'm going to show you how to find out how many Pulse you're going to be getting if you've already sacrificed. And we're going to be talking about what could be a possible price prediction for Pulse. I recently saw a video that was really good, probably the best video I have seen on this topic. I'm going to show you that video here as well. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, if you've invested in Pulse and if you've liked Hex, do me a favor and smash that like button. All right, so first things first, let's get right here in the live stream, right here at, oh, where are we at? Is that, it's hard to see where we're at here. Somewhere around the 39-minute mark. Someone asked a question. Richard gives the answer on exactly when Pulse should launch. Now, keep in mind, he doesn't give a date, but just know this video was December 30th.
Pulsex, sacrificing to support the political idea which is enshrined in the First Amendment of freedom of movement and association and assembly. They're kind of all three there. When is Pulse launching? 2 months, I hope.
You heard it, 2 months. So if this is December 30th, you're talking about roughly February 30th. So you're talking about March, which actually is a little bit longer than I would have thought. But March is what he's saying. Hopefully March, worst case scenario, April, but probably March. Typically when he says, I hope, it typically, well, like when anytime he seems to say that, I get the impression that he's just talking about we need to dot the I's, cross the T's, so to speak. So I feel confident in saying that we're going to see Pulse launch in March. So the next question comes down to, what is the price prediction for Pulse? And how many Pulse are you going to get based on your sacrifice? And there's a lot that has a lot to do with when you sacrificed. It has a lot to do with how much you sacrificed. You know, obviously the time that you sacrificed, the day you sacrificed, the size of your sacrifice affected the rate at which you were going to get Pulse per dollar that you sacrificed, hopefully. There's a spreadsheet. I'll show you that in a moment that somebody has done. It's really good. But first, before you can know how many Pulse you're going to get, you need to first understand what's the price going to be. Shout out to this gentleman right here. This is by far, the Steve Hitson has not got enough subscribers. This is by far the best rationale and the best explanation I've seen based on price prediction. I mean, he made me a bit of a believer, to be honest with you. I've been thinking that people were overstating this by a lot. Now, there's no way to know exactly what the price is going to be. By the way, I'm going to put Steve's photo. I'll put it up in the description. I'm sorry, Steve's video, the whole video. I'll put it up in the description. I recommend you take some time to watch this video. I'll also link it down below. Make sure you subscribe to this guy's channel. Give him some love. The guy's got, oh, don't want to do that. The guy's got some good content here. Also, shout out to Trayvon. Trayvon's the one who mentioned this video, and then I came over here and watched it myself. It's a great video. I'm telling you, the guy did a great job. He definitely makes a great case for what's the price of Pulse going to be. Now, with that being said, right here, he predicts somewhere between 68 to 36x. Now, those are high numbers, but if you do half that, it's still going to be incredible. But let's just say 0.0001 times however many hex you get. So how many hex are you actually going to get? Well, I'm going to put this link in the description. You can come over here. Someone did this, pulled the data basically from the blockchain. Not basically, they pulled it from the blockchain. And you can see right here, not official, you can see that this is going to be the allocation based on what they saw on the test net. But the test net is obviously based off of what the main net should launch. I mean, that's the goal of the test net. So all you have to do is come here, use Command F or Control F, depending on which computer you're on. When you do that, you'll get a search bar. Just put your wallet address right here, and it will literally search for your address. And they said it takes a long time. I've done it 2 or 3 times. It didn't take me more than just a few seconds. Literally just less than 5 or 6 seconds. And it pulled it up, and it will tell you right here will be the number of pulse you're going to get. And all you got to do is take this number, multiply it by this number or this number, depending on which price you believe in, or cut it in half and say, hey, what if we only do a 10x? I encourage you to watch this whole video because he lays out a great explanation on his price prediction overall. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what I have to say about Hex and about Pulse. Those of you who don't know, I am pro crypto. I tell people that, don't follow my channel for financial advice because I am beyond bias on this space. I believe crypto is going to change the world. And I was a naysayer when it came to Hex. And I, just like many others, Richard Hart just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, the guy is so brash and he's so arrogant, but he's incredibly knowledgeable. In fact, every time I tell people, he's got 2 or 3 interviews out there that are really, really good that he's done recently. And when I share with Hex, I always say, hey, go watch this video. When people ask me about crypto and I'm like, hey, you want to know about a project that I think is going to do extraordinary things? They're like, yeah. I'm like, hey, go watch this video. This guy developed it. And I get the same response from people who don't know Richard Hart. Wow, that guy seems kind of arrogant, or he seems pompous, or he seems full of himself. Then they always say, but he seems smart. A lot of what he says seems to make sense. And they're exactly right. Hex has changed people's lives. This thing has done 1,000x from launch. Everybody talks about 10,000x. That's from the all-time low to the all-time high. It's done a 10,000x, but it's been extraordinary. The performance has been nothing short of extraordinary, ladies and gentlemen. I believe Pulse is also going to be extraordinary, but people need to understand that Pulse is going to require adoption. But I don't think that adoption is going to be hard. I think once people see how quick and how cheap transactions are going to be, they're going to see that it's more decentralized than a lot of the other layer 2 solutions. I think at that point, people are going to start to understand what's going on with Pulse, and I think it's going to freaking blow people's minds. And then Pulse X on top of that, everything they're doing with Pulse X, there's a great video by K4 Crypto. K4K Crypto is his name. And his video, he's talking about Pulse X. I'm going to put that on the end screen. Now, he's also crazy over the top bullish on Pulse X. I mean, crazy over the top bullish on Pulse X. I actually disagree with how bullish he is, but his explanation of Pulsechain is some of the best anywhere on the internet, and that guy also needs more subscribers on his channel, so I'll link his channel on the end screen as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is truly a revolution. Crypto is extraordinary. I mean, what we're earning in crypto right now, the passive income side, nuts, mind-boggling. The video I did earlier today, talking about updates on Matterfarm and Drip, this space is mind-numbing right now. I mean, the market took a crap, and all of our passive income stuff is just blowing the doors off the rest of crypto. And I believe what's about to happen with Pulse and PulseX, there's a great shot. Pulse, PulseX, and Hex are going to be the top performers of 2022. There's way too much marketing, way too much awareness happening. And if Richard Hart delivers on the product, I think it's going to change people's minds. Not financial advice, just my overzealous bias. Ladies and gentlemen, decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out. Do me a favor, smash that like button.